Boy oh boy, where do I start with this one? This is a review I've been waiting to do for forever. I mean, this is a 2-pack that contains not only one of my personal favorite Resident Evil characters, but just one of my favorite characters in general. And I am, of course, talking about Jill Valentine. Anyway, this is the 2-pack of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Minimates with Storm and Battlesuit Jill. I'm not going to show the packaging from here on out just because it's kind of pointless, because I've shown it a bunch of times already and it hasn't really changed. So, yeah, let's get started with the review. Anyway, here is Storm. This is actually the first Storm Minimate. Actually, it's the first Storm anything I've ever bought. Yeah, I don't have any action figures of her, like no Marvel Legends or anything like that. So yeah, this is the only Storm memorabilia that I own. And I have to say, it's probably one of the better ones. Like, I've seen a lot of the other Storms, Minimate-wise anyway, and this is definitely one of, if not the best. Her face is really quite simple, but it's also really well done. Just the right amount of detail. You can see that she's sort of serious. I'm not saying she's angry, but she's definitely serious, as you can tell by her kind of eyebrows. Her eyes are whited out, so you can tell that she's using her powers. And what I thought was a pretty cool detail is that, actually, you know what? That's not a detail. That's actually just lighting. I thought that her upper lip was darker than her bottom lip, but that's definitely lighting. It's definitely not two different colors. But yeah, cheekbones, and yeah, it's a nice face, you know, that's all I'm going to say. Her hair has a really quite cool little, like a crown kind of thing, tiara thing. I don't know. But it almost puts Beautiful Joe's to shame. Anyway, her hair is nice. It's pretty long, actually. Nice and detailed. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Just nice, solid white hair. On my camera, it's probably going to come up grayish, but it is definitely just straight up white. Her costume is a really neat shade of blue. It's almost kind of black blue, maybe like a coal blue, I don't know. It does look very nice, though, whatever color it is. Also, pretty good detailing on her stomach, things like that. That is not focused. Got like some sort of little jewel or emblem in between there. And yeah. On her arm she has these gold bands that help her hold her kind of cape wing things on. Here are the wing things from the back. I apologize if I don't know what they're called, but I'm not a big X-Men or Storm fan, so yeah. They look really cool when you display her when she's actually flying, which I'll show in a little bit. Her legs are pretty simply detailed, just a few lines to indicate, you know, this is where they start, and just some shading lines. Nothing about her boots whatsoever. And now let me show you what she looks like with the flying stand that she got. And yeah. Like a couple other figures, she has a stand that makes it look like she's in action. Spider-Man got like a jumping one. Magneto got a flying one. It's actually the same as the one that Storm has. So, yeah. This is pretty cool, and it really does look like they are, in fact, you know, flying. Which, this is definitely how I display her in the group. She's definitely flying. And I think she looks pretty cool, especially, like, with her wings spread out like that. But yeah, overall, I'd say that Storm is a very good Minimate. Definitely not one of the, you know, top tier of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 line. But she's definitely worth picking up if you're a X-Men fan or anything like that. So yeah, let's move on to Jill. Okay, so here is Jill in her whoa, wrong one. So here is the Minimate version of Jill Valentine in her battle suit. And I'm just going to say it right off the bat that this is a great figure. I really didn't expect anything else. There's no way that this could have been a even mediocre figure. The face on Jill looks really great. I think there's only one way that it could have been better, and that if there was a nose. So this actually marks one of the first times where I would have actually wanted a nose on a Minimate, which I usually don't care about, but I think that is one way that the face actually could have been better. Also, on my camera, her eyes are coming up as green, but they're actually blue. To keep Jill accurate to the game, her hair is in a ponytail, and it's blonde. It's short blonde. Again, keeping accurate to the video game. So, yeah. Now, Jill's suit is really awesome. It looks pretty much just as it's supposed to, but just kind of on more simple terms. On her chest, you see Wesker's mind control device, which is also very well detailed. It's, it's very small on the figure, and a lot of detail was actually put into it, so that's really cool. Just like a lot of other characters that are supposed to be wearing leather-type suits, like Black Widow, someone like that, there's a lot of detail lines, just like thick black lines to show where, things are. So yeah, just straightforward detailing, but it's very well done. Her arms are very plainly detailed, but there are some nice touches that they gave the figure, and that is the darker areas on her arm. Like you could see here, some of her arm is a bit darker than the rest, and that is actually quite accurate to, how she looks. Same on this side, so yeah. Her back is also very well detailed, which isn't really something that you see that often on Minimates. Usually it's very, very minimal detailing on the back. And you can see kind of the tubes, I guess, where she would plug into those like canister things that were found in the game, where Chris and Sheva were looking for her in. But if you've played the game and you've seen, the cutscenes, you know what I'm talking about. Her waist carries over the detail from her upper body, and just a little bit on her crotch area, some dark lines, some black areas, and on her legs she has some gun holsters which she can hold her SMGs in, which is very, very nice. Very good detail. And speaking of good details, they gave her knee areas darker color than the rest of her, which is, very accurate. And yeah, the only thing that could have made this better was if she was actually wearing heels, but yeah. Jill comes with two accessories, and they're both the same thing. They are two SMGs, so let me show you Jill with the SMGs. So here is Jill holding the SMGs, and this is usually how I pose her, usually holding the SMGs up in the air, because the Hot Toys Jill, I usually have her pointing them down. So, gotta switch it up a bit. But these are not the first time we've seen these SMGs. I'm pretty sure they came with Deadpool. Let me get him out. Yeah, you can see right here on his back, he has the exact same SMGs. So, actually, you know what? No. Nope, yeah, they are. They are the same SMGs, so nothing new there. Now let me show you them on her legs. So here they are on Jill's legs, and they do look good. I think I have them on backwards, but I don't really care. Actually, yeah, I'm fairly certain that I have them on backwards. But again, I don't really care. I'm not usually displaying her like this. I usually have them in her hands, but, just to show what they look like. So yeah, that is Jill Valentine in her battle suit. In conclusion, I would say not only is Jill one of the best Minimates in the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 lines, she is just one of the best Minimates, just period. And let me just bring Chris in here just to show what the two partners look like together. And this is honestly just making me more excited to get Wesker, because can't have Chris and Jill without Wesker now, can you? Anyway, that is it for this video, and I will see you next time.